Well, prices for bigger feeder cattle have decreased quite a bit over the past few weeks. So, Derrell, what's going on in the markets?
Well, you know, we had a tremendous run up over all this year, really, back to about a year ago, and as a result, in both cash and futures, and futures markets have undergone a significant correction, you can call it, or profit taking over the last few weeks. So that's dropped those futures prices a lot, and that does have an impact on both the feeder cattle, the bigger feeder cattle, as well as over in the live cattle market as well.
So on the other end, you know, lightweight feeder cattle and stocker cattle have remained pretty strong. So what's happening on that front?
Well, you know, it kind of speaks to the fact that the fundamentals haven't really changed, even though the futures market has undergone this correction. You know, the reality is cattle numbers are still tight, and in Oklahoma and the central and southern plains, we've gotten quite a bit of rain. So the prospects for wheat pasture look pretty good, and that has kept these lightweight calf and stocker prices strong over the past few weeks, despite what's going on in the futures markets.
You mentioned wheat pasture there. So tell us a little bit more about those prospects. Looking pretty dim, but we got a lot of rain. So how are they looking now?
Well, you know, I think we're certainly going to have some wheat pasture. Producers feel a lot better now. It's pretty variable. I think the crop is in kind of all stages of production. And most of it's going to be later than we would, you know, normally see or like to see for wheat pasture, but we are going to have some wheat pasture in most cases, at least by the time we get towards the end of the year.
So how do auction volumes compare to about this time last year?
You know, if you look at Oklahoma auction volumes across the board, we're down significantly. Again, that's a reflection of the tighter cattle numbers that we have. So feeder cattle volumes are down. I think for the fall period here, we're down about 13 to 14%. If you look at cull cows, we're down nearly 50%. It's like 48%. And even replacements. We don't sell a lot of, you know, bred cows, that sort of thing through auctions, but the volume there is down significantly from a year ago.
So how is all this going to impact prices, especially going into the holiday and how we're going to be finishing up the year?
You know, again, the fundamentals are that we've got tighter supplies across the board. So even though we've seen, you know, some corrections in these markets, that's not really, you know, a surprise in some sense. It's kind of expected. But the bottom line is we're continuing to get tighter. We're going to see strong support for these markets through the end of the year and into next year.
All righty, thanks, Derrell. Dr. Derrell Peel, Livestock Marketing Specialist here at Oklahoma State University.